Hey y'all, welcome back to Two Fat Girls. It's me, Mandy. It's Vlogust day 2, and today I decided I would do a tag. One of my friends on YouTube, her name is Hockey Makeup. Her real name is Heather. Anyway, she did this tag the other day, and I thought it would just be fun to do. I should have had this already pulled up, but I don't. So let's see. There are 9 questions for the 90s tag. So first of all, this is how much I love you guys. It is like 11 o'clock right now, and my makeup is jacked up, my hair is jacked up. I am on day 7 of 9 days straight of cutting hair. My wrists hurt. I came home at like 6:30, and I just I hadn't eaten anything all day. Like literally, I had had a cup of coffee, I had a red Monster, and I had a banana. And I came home and I ate a sandwich and I took a nap. And then Tiffers and Bug got back from going to Gen Con and her husband for 4 days. And so I spent a lot of time talking to them and stuff. So I had planned on doing this a lot earlier. Like I had not planned on taking a nap. Sometimes accidental naps happen, and those are like the best naps, are the ones that are by accident. So let's do this tag super quick. Hopefully I don't yawn through this. I apologize if I yawn a little bit. So, okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, where's the first question at? A favorite Disney movie from the 90s. I would probably have to go with The Little Mermaid because that was like the first, or did that come out in the 80s? That might have been out in like 89. Let me look this up. Let me ask Siri. Siri, what year did The Little Mermaid come out?
Which of these were you interested
Yep,
in?
it was 89. So I'm going to go with The Lion King. I know for sure that The Lion King came out in the 90s because I was in middle school. And The Lion King was one of those movies that literally just destroyed your heart as a child and just killed all of your emotions until you were just like weeping. And it's like, I can never trust like freaking Uncle Lions ever again. You know, it was just like, what is up with my hair? It was just like one of those movies that just killed me. It just killed me. Like I bawled the first time I seen it. And, you know, even now it brings like a tear to my eye when Scar just like lets go of him. Oh, it's so sad. So many feels. So now I have to go back to this, to the questions. Okay, number 2, favorite music artist from the 90s. In the 90s, I listened to a lot of country music actually, but a band that I super uber got into um, was Fleetwood Mac, which I guess that counts as the 90s because the dance came out in the 90s. That came out when I was like a freshman in high school. So I was like super obsessed with them. And then in like 90, I would say like 98, I think it was when Dizzy Up the Girl came out, and I got really, really uber obsessed with the Goo Goo Dolls. I think I'm gonna take this out because it's like barely hanging on by one piece of hair. Did you see that? That was horrible. Okay, that's better. I really don't know if it's better, but it's gonna have to do. Um, what other music did I like to listen to in the 90s? I liked Garth Brooks in the 90s. He was very popular in like the mid to late 90s. But I would honestly really have to say just the Goo Goo Dolls and Fleetwood Mac. Okay. Number 3, favorite candy or sweet. Okay, when I was in middle school, um, in my science class in the morning, his name was Mr. Haggerty. He was our science teacher. He would let us eat in there, which of course was just free reign. It was basically to eat candy in the morning. And my favorite thing to take in there and eat it was like these squeezy tubes. I can't even remember what they were called. They might have just been called like squeeze or something weird. But it was like gel candy. Like it literally was just gel, and it came in like this it came in a tube that looked like toothpaste, and it was clear so you could see what color the gel was. And they had like green apple and cherry, and they had a blue one, and that was my favorite thing to eat. You would just be like that and eat it, and it was delicious. I loved those. That's the one candy that I really remember eating when I was young. Favorite game, board, school, etc. Um, I really didn't play games. Like I really remember getting Jenga, and I liked Jenga when I was young. And Monopoly, like I still have my Monopoly game from like back in the day. It is like super old, and the box is just tore up, and I don't even think all the pieces are there, but I keep it because it was a game that you know, we all would play, and like my dad would always destroy all of us. Like he wouldn't buy shit. He wouldn't buy nothing. He would let everybody buy everything and spend all their money. And then you were broke. And so then he would be like, okay, you know, like you would like barter or whatever. And then he would end up winning the game. And I'm like, that's not fair. But that's what happened. Favorite McDonald's Happy Meal toy. Okay, I still have all of my Happy Meal toys because when we were young back in the day, um, every Friday my mom got paid, and every Friday was when we got to eat McDonald's. So me and Tip always got a Happy Meal. So we have like doubles of everything. Like, do you remember when the Super Mario Brothers ones came out, and you had like the little mushroom that had the suction cup on it, and you'd push it, and then the mushroom would flip, and then you had Mario as the raccoon, and he had a suction cup, and you pushed it, and he would jump. And then there was a turtle that had like this little like blowy thing attached to him, so he would like jump like he would fly. It was like the turtle with the wings. And then let me see, Luigi was on like a cloud. And then they had like all the cool Barbie ones, like the ones that were like this big, and they actually had hair on them. Like some of them had actual hair. So I have all those Barbie ones, and we used to play Barbies with them, and those would be our kids. And then they had like the Little Mermaid ones. I know I have all the Little Mermaid ones. And then they had like the ones that came that looked like they were in the VHS boxes. Do you remember those? So they were like collectibles. Like Bambi was one, and I want to say maybe Snow White and stuff. I don't know. I specifically remember Bambi. Like you would open it up, and Bambi was like laying in there, and you pull it out and you play with him. And then like Thumper, like I had Thumper. What other ones did I get? Uh, I think I'm pretty sure these ones weren't in the 90's. These might have possibly been the 80's, but they were the Muppet Babies, and they were like the stuffed animals. I don't think they came in the Happy Meals. I think you had to buy them. I had all of those. I mean, like I have a shit ton of McDonald's toys. Like they are probably legit worth some money, but I wouldn't get rid of them for nothing because we played with those things so much. And I know I had the Snow White ones. I had a shit ton of them, y'all. Shit ton. Um, Favorite book from the 90's. R.L. Stine was really popular like when I was in middle school, and I read like every R.L. Stine book I could get a hold of. And there was the one that had like 3 books. It was like a trilogy. And then I remember like I can't remember their names of them, but one of them was about a girl, and she like slept up in the attic or something maybe, and she kept hearing stuff in the middle of the night. And then come to find out there was like this girl that was living in the house that nobody knew about. Some of them were like legit creepy, but they always turned out to be, most of them had logical explanations, but the trilogy one didn't. I think there was like actually ghosts there. And I remember sitting in math class, like pretending to pay attention and reading that book. And I had it like up in my math book like this. And I had no idea what was going on. None, because I was so engrossed in my R.L. Stine books. But I don't think I have them. It seemed like I checked a lot of them out from the library. Favorite store? Uh, I was like young in the 90's, and I really didn't get into fashion or anything until I got a lot older. So I just shopped everywhere. But I do remember shopping at Fashion Bug a lot. Like I got a lot of clothes from Fashion Bug, and I remember buying like a lot of nail polish from there. Like the very first like wild color nail polish I ever bought was from Fashion Bug, and it was like this pastel blue, and I thought it was just the greatest color ever. So I would just like keep, if it got chipped, I just kept like piling it on and piling it on until I had like this like huge coat of enamel on my nail, and you could just like peel it off. Like that was the first really fancy nail polish I ever bought. But yeah, I did buy a lot from Fashion Bug, and I remember ordering a lot from the Girlfriends catalog actually. I still have a pair of pants that I ordered from the Girlfriends catalog, and I think that was in high school, and it was before, I think they were just getting ready to sell out. I think Alloy bought them maybe, and they are a pair of like, what would you call them, like culottes, like they're wide leg knee length pants, and they're red and black, and they have like this gold thread running through them, and they were like what do you call it, like a plaid looking pattern. I still have those pants, and you actually put them on. There's like, you know, it has a zipper, but then it has Velcro on it. I wore those pants all the time. I loved them. I thought they were so cool. Yeah, and I bought those on sale in the Girlfriends catalog, and I really think that the girlfriends, like, they were getting ready to sell out. Like, they were trying to get rid of their inventory because I bought a bunch of stuff really cheap, but I used to buy from them a lot. Favorite Nick Jr. show. So let's think back in the 90's, maybe, when I used to watch Nick Jr. I used to watch David the Gnome. I remember watching David the Gnome. I remember watching Lil Bits. I remember the Nuzzles. Does anybody remember the Nuzzles? They're about koalas, and like one was pink and one was blue, and then there was this girl, and she always went like on these magical adventures with them, like the koalas that were like from another world, and they would just like pop out and they could fly. And then like if you nuzzled, like Eskimo kisses, like if you went like this on their nose, like it took you to another world, and she had to pretend to be a koala, so she would have like a nose and ears, even though she was a girl, and nobody ever knew she wasn't a koala because like she wasn't supposed to be there. Um, what else? Do you guys remember Eureka's Castle? Technically, I was too old to be watching Eureka's Castle, but Tiff loved Eureka's Castle because she was 4 years younger than me, and I used to watch Eureka's Castle all the time. And then A Bear in the Big Blue House, I think that was the name of it. I used to watch that with Tiff. What else? Oh my gosh, I'm having like so many emotional cartoon Nick Jr. feels right now. Those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head right now. And number 9. What would you watch when you got home from school? When I got home from school, let's talk elementary school. I remember watching like the Disney Channel, and they had like Tailspin and DuckTales. And then when I got older, you're probably going to laugh at me, when I was like in high school and I would get off the bus, Lifetime used to show reruns of Scarecrow and Mrs. King. That was the first time I ever watched it. And that was like the first 80s show I really ever got into. And I thought Bruce Boxleitner was so hot. But I really can't remember. Like, I can remember watching Are You Afraid of the Dark on Nickelodeon, and it always used to scare the absolute piss out of me. Oh, what's the other one? There was that one game show, Legends of the Hidden Temple. I used to watch that. Double Dare. I remember watching Double Dare a lot. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I can think of. And we're going on almost 13 minutes. So let's just stop that here. That way I don't have to edit anything out of this. So, yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. And maybe tomorrow I'll have a vlog. I don't know yet. I still think it probably won't be until like Tuesday or Wednesday I'll have a vlog before I can get like a little card that goes in my camera. And I was showing my camera to Tiff today, and she's like, oh, this is a really good camera, because like it just looks really good. Like if Tiffany approves, it's cool, because she knows way more about electronics and stuff than I do. So okay guys, let me know if you do this tag and I'll watch it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.